Hello again. As now we're done with setting up the cache refresh, that is pulling users info into the Glue server, so we can now move forward with manage authentication, meaning like how do we point the Glue server to a backend LF server to handle all kind of SSO authentications. In order to do that, we need to go to configuration and manage authentication. So here we need to put information of our backend testlab.glue.org, or if you're using Active Directory, you need to put information of that Active Directory here. For our case, the bindn is same. It should be the same bindn, or you can use the different bindn for authentication and cache refresh, but the normal practice is to use a one user as bindn for both cache refresh and manage authentication. So for our case, it's a CN equals directory manager, max connection 1000, primary key. If you're using Active Directory, you can use the SAM account name here. For our case, it's UID. Local primary key is UID for us, and it will be UID for you if you're using Active Directory. This is the server host name or the IP address of your backend Active Directory or LDAP server. For our case, as you already saw this thing, our testing LDAP server is testlab.glue.org. Base DN is same for us, and now we need to put the password for this bindn user. Hopefully this is correct. Let's hit the active button, and let's test this LDAP connection. LDAP connection is good. Let's go to default authentication method. Let's change it to, oh, hold on, I need to update this thing. And now let's go to default authentication method, auth server, hit update. Okay, now our Glue server authentication is pointing to backend LF server. So I'm gonna use a new browser, because if anything goes wrong, we'll be able to revert the change here. So I'm not going to destroy this Chrome session. Let's hit the Firefox browser, and I'm going to use our test user, which is Glue Tester, to authenticate in our Glue server. So let's go to glue4.glue.org. Okay. Glue tester. That's it. So this is the Glue tester. As you can see, the user interface looks different than the other interface. Since the Glue tester user is not inside the Glue server admin group, this user does not see any other tabs like configuration, OpenID Connect, etc. So these are only available options to this user who are not in admin group. So that's it for today. Now you know how to set up cache refresh in Glue server. Thanks for watching, and if you run into any issues, just open a ticket on our community support portal, support.glue.org. Thanks.